Hey guys, today's lost sector is Sepulcher in the Throne World. There's 3 barriers and 1 unstoppable. So a real quick build guide. We're going to be using Chaos Reach with Healing Rift, Burst Glide, Ball Lightning, and Storm Grenades. Moving on to the aspects, we have Electrostatic Mine to create us Ionic Traces, as well as to make us amplified when we collect an Ionic Trace. Arc Soul to get us to deal a little bit of extra damage. Moving on to the fragments, we have Spark of Beacons, which allows us to, while we are amplified, our special weapons Final Blows will create a blinding explosion. Spark of Shock, our arc grenades can now jolt targets. Spark of Discharge, our weapon Final Blows have a chance to create an Ionic Trace. And Spark of Feedback, when we take melee damage, our melee damage will be greater. Moving on to the weapons, I have an auto rifle for the barriers, Salvager Salavo as a overall workhorse weapon, and Leviathan's Breath as boss damage, as well as our unstoppable stunner. Moving on to our artifact mods, the ones of choice are Thunderous Retort, casting our super while amplified or critical, make it deal more damage. Electric Armor, we get increased resistance while amplified. Lightning strikes twice, so after we throw 1 grenade, our next grenade has increased recharge. And Shock and All, our final blows while you're amplified, summon a burst of lightning that damages and jolts targets. Moving on to the mods, we are using a hybrid build, so we're going to have an Ashes to Assets as well as a hands-on. I'm going to have an Arc Siphon mod for my Salvager Salvo. Moving on to the gloves, heavy-handed and firepower, so we have 2 different avenues of orb generation through both types of abilities. All these orbs are going to be used to power emergency reinforcement, but it's also going to be used for innervation, invigoration, and recuperation. A powerful attraction on the mark will allow us to pick our orbs up with our Rift. The exotic of choice today is Crown of Tempest. Alright, moving on to the lost sector, we're going to start out by shooting our grenade launcher and throwing our nade at the knight. Pop our rift to get some cooldowns back, and then when we go into this room, we're going to shoot our grenade launcher at both doorways. Spawn killing the acolytes gets you through this room as fast as possible. Once you kill all the acolytes, a Hive Guardian will spawn. It is the Arc Warlock version of the Hive Guardians. 2 Leviathan's Breaths will do the trick against this Hive Guardian. There's going to be a barrier inside this doorway. There will be an unstoppable in here. It's a 50-50 on what side it spawns on. Just use the Leviathan's Breath on the Hive Guardian. It takes 2 shots. There is a barrier champion that spawns during the boss fight. I find it easier just to kill the boss though, and then deal with the barrier afterwards. So once you kill him, go tuck yourself up here in this corner where this knight spawns. And then kill the barrier with 2 Leviathan's Breath shots. And that's all there is to it. Happy farming.